For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay, and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know. I didn't think it would be a controversial opinion either. A good amount of people are just doing the reasonable thing and just making jokes and laughing about it. But there's a whole nother group of people who feel personally devastated and betrayed. You lied to us, first of all.
So it appears that iDubbbz is in a bit of controversy. And, well, he made a response video to this controversy. Now, to get things, to let you guys know who don't know about this controversy, about 2 weeks ago, iDubbbz, well, he was caught between a meme where, of course, the new popular meme now is, of course, simps. Now, iDubbbz was being attacked as a simp. Now, while he wasn't directly attacked 2 weeks ago, it's more aimed at his girlfriend because she's very hypocritical and she was getting a lot of the controversy. But iDubbbz, the only reason he got dragged into this is because people were asking if he was okay with this. Now, of course, he had to respond because, of course, this was getting huge. Now, I didn't expect this to get as huge to get a response video from iDubbbz, but hey, he responded, and this is what we're going to be addressing today. Now, the reason I have a problem with this, and I'm going to be addressing this, is because coming from the great iDubbbz, knowing how he actually is known to just destroys people's arguments when it comes to his content cup, and this video is as bad as it is, with as bad as response that he did. And to be honest, a lot of the points he made weren't that great, so I'm just going to address those points. So I'm not going to go through the whole video, just parts of it that I am going to be addressing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now I want to get one thing out of the way first. I have seen both sides of the argument. First of all, I have seen people argue that people should stay out of Ian's life, or iDubbbz's life, just because this is his relationship. He could do whatever he wants because this is his relationship. If he supports his girlfriend, that's okay. But I've also seen the other side where people are arguing because of who iDubbbz's girlfriend is, of course. And of course how kind of hypocritical iDubbbz is being. But I'll get into that hypocrisy a little bit later in the video. So right now, I just want to talk about, of course, him approving of this. Now, there's nothing wrong at first about him approving this with his girlfriend, about her having OnlyFans. But the one thing I see about this is that he's not talking about, of course, is why does she need an OnlyFans if she's in a relationship? Now, of course, iDubbbz uses the point that guys are jacking off to people's girlfriends behind their backs, of course not knowingly. But this isn't comparable because, of course, those are just fucking perverts on the internet, and this is her actually selling nudes. This isn't the same thing. So there's not really anything that he can hold to this that compares it, because at the end of the day, she's selling it to who knows how many people will probably pay. But this is their relationship, I get it, but at the very same time, Ian's point is null and void because it's not even the same. But if this is her way of trying to satisfy herself, what kind of relationship is this? Because, I mean, in a normal relationship, I'm pretty sure people's girlfriends wouldn't do this. I mean, of course, it's a relationship. You're supposed to be really there for each other, not selling nude pics to people. But hey, you can do whatever you want. Now, another thing that I find petty about this is the fact that he's treating any fair argument like as if it's just petty arguments, of course. Now, we see this with him, of course, pulling out that tweet with that kid. Now, that was so obviously a troll. I can't believe he actually fell for that. But the thing I hate about this is that he's treating any actual fair criticism that is aimed towards the girlfriend, of course, and of course him being a supporter of this. We see that just kind of thrown in just into the, of course, the straw man's argument, where of course there will be kids who say that, of course, like in the beginning of this video, that he ruined their lives because of such and such. But we all know that those are just trolls on the internet. We don't really see those people as taken seriously, but there is fair arguments, like I have talked about, and I will show you these people that are making fair arguments. Now, one thing I do want to bring up is, why now? Why be supportive of this now? Because of course there is a video out there where, of course, his girlfriend trash talks similar people that stream on Twitch. Of course, I've talked about them before, Zoe Burger, and of course her girl crew that tried to enter porn. Now, she criticized them over this, and yet she's doing the same thing. So, iDubbbz, are you really going to support your hypocritical girlfriend? Because at the same time, she made fun of people because of this. So why all of a sudden now, and why are you so willing to do this? Because she didn't want to do this before, but yet she wants to do it now. Now, I'm going to be addressing the next point. So I'm just going to be playing the next clip here.
It's because he's a hypocrite. He makes content cop and targets people, but he himself has girlfriend whoring herself, and he does nothing about it. What am I gonna do? Do you think I should just like take a shotgun to her head? No, bitch. It's time to die now. No, iDubbbz, you should break up with her. But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Now, for someone who's known for, of course, doing research, it didn't really seem like he did a lot of research here. Because, I mean, a lot of the actual criticism that people were throwing at him didn't have to do with breaking up with her, of course, or, of course, using the extreme of the shotgun. But, hey, I guess he decided to do that because he wanted to... Again, he was pulling the straw man argument, but the thing is, those are just really extreme. Now, while I do think that people did want some action to be taken, this wasn't it. But of course, I'm going to play this clip right here because this wasn't the first time that iDubbbz has stepped in and she has done something like this. Of course, iDubbbz has denied this before. So what's the change here, iDubbbz? Because, I mean, this clip where your girlfriend actually says that you told her to stop doing this, okay. But I'm just gonna let the clip play for itself.
You were supposed to come and hang out with me and Celestia after you begged Celestia. I have the Skype screenshots. You begged her to come hang out with me. You back out because iDubbbz tells you it's a bad idea to associate with me.
I never wanted to join Zoe's Ho Squad. People shouldn't make fun of porn stars.
Basically, she sucked up to Celestia Vega,
Also false.
begging to be a part of Zoe's Ho Squad, but iDubbbz told her not to, so she
That's
too.
true.
Now take that clip, of course, of his own girlfriend saying that iDubbbz told her to back away from the quote-unquote Ho Squad. Now, of course, iDubbbz, of course, in the last clip that I showed, said that what can he do? Because he's accepting of it. But in that clip, he wasn't. So what changed? Now, I get that people's opinions can change over time, but the problem is, that, of course, he's being very hypocritical of this. I mean, he wasn't accepting at first. So what makes him not a simp again? Because I'm pretty sure if he changes his mind about that, it makes him a simp. I mean, if I'm understanding the term correctly. But other than that, of course, we have another clip that I'm going to be showing you in a little bit, of course, where he seems to go in, of course, at just the clips that were against him, supposedly, but those weren't even actual clips that were used against him from people who had legit criticisms. They were more like just they were just nitpicks that he could just pull off that he could prove wrong. But at the same time, he didn't show the green screen clip, which was, of course, his most popular one, which I will play for you after the clip from the video. So yeah.
You think these fucking retards would actually do a smidgen of research? Because, like, I did it, and I found the potential hypocrisies in what I say in the past, and it's pretty fucking consistent. The funding for the slut shirt is actually very, very low. Skanktown, USA, softcore porn all over the walls. Pretty nice, huh? You know, like, I'm not saying that women should be sexualized or shouldn't be. I'm just saying that there is the market for it, so it makes sense that they would do it. I would say skank and slut, but never was that part of my argument. It's just flavor. It's just flavor. Like, in the future, I'll probably say slut and skank again. I don't know why everyone thinks that, like, I made a stand. I stood on top of a hill, and I proclaimed to all my loyal Christian followers, "You're a whore. You're a whore, just admit it. You're a whore, you whore yourself out online, you whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore, plain and simple. Just admit that you're a whore and a slut, and a harlot."
I don't know about this, but iDubbbz left this one clip out, and this is the clip everyone was using. So, I mean, there must have been a reason he left this clip out, seeing as it's his most popular video clip he's made. I mean, well, true, I know people could try to say that this was a joke, but at the very same time, it seemed like he was at least, like, slut-shaming girls who did this. I mean, he didn't really have that joking attitude. I mean, sure, this was like a skits done for video clips, just turn everything into gifs, but of course, it just comes off as he's serious about it. I mean, there's no hints that it was a joke, but still, I just think that this is very ironic that he left this clip out almost completely. It didn't even reference it, and this is the one clip everybody used. Now, the next few clips I'm going to be going through are iDubbbz addressing nSOyz, another commentator on YouTube who has 1 million subscribers, and nSOyz, I don't disagree with his points. I do see them as valid points, to be honest, but iDubbbz's points trying to go against what nSOyz brought up, I disagree there, because some of his points either he wasn't very clear on, or he wasn't exactly right about what happened. But I'm gonna play the first clip here.
The internet is a forever archive, so there's no I regret delete all button. That's not quite there.
I don't know why this shitty point is being made. It's sort of like from 2003. By the way, the internet, it's a forever archive. Didn't know if you knew. But when you upload something, it might stick around. This isn't done impulsively. Like, what do you think? Someone's just gonna make an OnlyFans just on a whim? Didn't give it any thought, just thought maybe I'll sell my pussy online and see how it goes.
Now, this was, like I said, one of those points that iDubbbz wasn't really clear on why it wasn't a con. He didn't really address it. And yes, I do agree with nSOyz that the internet is a forever archive, but that's nothing new. iDubbbz is right there, but the problem is he's not seeing the flaw it is with the internet. Of course, you have people that do this bunch now. I mean, it's pretty much common nowadays that girls do this, but at the same time, there are ramifications which nSOyz does address in the next point, and iDubbbz really doesn't. He really doesn't understand that in reality, people aren't accepting as that when it comes to getting a job, and of course, it has impact. So, putting out stuff like these kind of lewd pics or nude pictures, of course, there will be some kind of ramifications going on. Maybe not now, maybe not in the future, but sometime there are ramifications for this. People do watch and they do look for your information out there. So that's just that.
And then future jobs, they might be a little bit harder to come by.
I think this is one of the most important opinions to highlight because it really demonstrates a severe lack of real-world experience when you're saying that future jobs are going to be harder to come by because of an OnlyFans account. Like, if you think this affects your standing or your social credibility in getting jobs, you are so sadly mistaken. And I will also say, if you want to morally grandstand, one of the shittiest things that I think you can do morally is judging someone about what they did previously and not hiring them even though they're qualified for the job. This is straight out of the playbook of the boomer who's decaying in his lazy boy, who wants to tell you, no, that ain't gonna work. No one's gonna hire you looking like that. The bone through your nose? Yeah, forget it. Yeah, the stud going through your tongue? No one wants sluts working for them. And the dyed hair? Don't get me started on the dyed hair and the tattoos. No one's gonna hire you looking like that.
Now, this, in all honesty, is probably my my least favorite take of his, because, of course, it's common knowledge that people are going to judge you when it comes to how you look, where you want to apply to. Because I'm pretty sure people don't want to hire a porn star to represent their company. Now, this is just common sense. I mean, you want to look professional. You want to make sure you're clean, because a lot of jobs do research and they do look for anything that you post on social media or anything to see if there's anything against you, to make sure they want to hire you for sure. So this is something serious, and something like an OnlyFans, well, sure it's not big now, but if you try to apply to a job, it won't look respectable. Companies look for respectability. You try to make this look like it's a boomer thing, but the thing is, it's always been like this. Sure, it's an old kind of mentality, but the thing is, it's always been like this, and probably always will be, because respectability comes first, and that's just how it always goes.
In my head, there would be so many other things to do and make money before stooping to this point.
I find it very fascinating that a commentary YouTuber who's known for criticizing others, much like me, would be willing to take the position that sex work is beneath them, that they aren't on the same level as sex work. That's fascinating. I find it really interesting that that's the position you want to take. I think that'll age quite nicely.
Now, this is the weirdest comparison to make with an OnlyFans to YouTubers, because there is no comparison to be drawn here. I mean, one, you're selling your body to people, you're selling pictures to people, and another, people are making videos to commentate over something. Where is the comparison here, iDubbbz? Because there is no comparison, and I'm pretty sure a lot of YouTubers aren't just trying to, of course, make money off of this, because that's what OnlyFans is for, to just make money off of all this. And I just don't see your point, what you're trying to do. What is the comparison here? That is just this one is just beyond me, so I don't even understand it. But hey, there's even more of this video, so let's just keep going.
You do realize that if your partner is making a lot of money and is very wealthy, that doesn't automatically make you feel fulfilled in the relationship or feel like you're contributing enough.
Now, the problem I have with this is, what kind of justification is this that in order to be fulfilled, you have to sell your body out to people? I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead, but I don't see the fulfillment in that. And where's the loyalty there? I mean, if she's not fulfilled with having a boyfriend like you, Ian, or iDubbbz, then then what is there to be satisfied about? I mean, I get she wants to earn money too, but at the same time, we've seen her not be loyal to you. We've seen this before. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not going to talk about this in this video, because I'm not making a video about her specifically, but I'm going to link a video to her in the description below, so go watch that, because it's very interesting about what she does and how she is as a person. But anyways, let's keep going forward.
I think what I've learned from this experience is when you're speaking to a large group of people and there's some dudes in the back shouting out their opinions like, I fucking hate thoughts. I hate whores. Women who sell their body online fucking suck. That's the worst. Instead of ignoring that and just moving on with my lecture, it might be a better idea to point those people out and say, yeah, I actually don't agree with that shitty opinion. Because it seems like me just ignoring it has led to like a cultivation of a bunch of retards. That pretty much wraps up this video. I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet. It doesn't affect me one way or the other.
Now, of course, iDubbbz would say this because his girlfriend is literally called the Twitch thought on Twitch, and so it would make sense that iDubbbz would tell people to call out this action of people calling girls whores or thoughts because it's happened to his girlfriend and he's going to try to defend her. But that's just him. He wants to do that. But I think that he's taking the wrong action because it honestly is a huge problem on Twitch and she is blatant. And the fact that he's told her not to do this before is telling that, of course, he was against this before. So all of a sudden this change, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you do classify as a simp, iDubbbz. And what even supports this is the fact that he says he doesn't care if other dudes jack off to his girlfriend. What kind of response is that? I mean, what normal dude would actually not mind that? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's few and far between. But I mean, I have seen Adam22's video about this whole situation, and it's interesting to see his side and what he has to say, because of course he dates a porn star, but I feel like still this isn't normal, and I feel like you really shouldn't be okay if some dudes jerk off to your girlfriend. But hey, she's doing the OnlyFans, so who am I to say? Now I am going to address this. I have seen people argue from both sides, and honestly, it seems like the people that are defending him really are just trying to say you shouldn't give a shit, and really, who gives a shit about this whole thing, because this is iDubbbz's relationship. But really, they're not really looking at some of the facts and people who actually have to criticize. So I'm going to link two people that do well in discussing this, so hope you guys enjoy, and this is where I'm going to be ending out the video, so hope you guys enjoy. See you guys in the next video, and peace.